Hello everyone and welcome to today's school talk video. My name is Anne-Marie and I'm a speech and language therapist in the Evelina London Children and Young People's Community Speech and Language Therapy team. Today I'm going to be talking about transitions between schools or settings, and I'll also be sharing our tip of the week. Today's session is directed towards children who are moving from primary school into secondary school, so in year 6, but some of the information may also be relevant for children and young people of other ages who are going through a change or transition at any stage. We have lots of other videos on our Facebook page covering lots of other different topics for other age groups, so please do keep checking out the page and have a look at the information and videos that we already have on there. For our activity today, we'll be making a booklet or a poster all about your new school. And you won't need many resources for this, just some paper or card or a notebook, and it might also be helpful to have access to the internet as well if you'd like to look some things up. Today I'm going to be using paper and some pens. And if you'd like to try this along with me, you can pause the video here and go and grab some of those things, or perhaps later on you'd like to watch the session back. You can do that as well. Okay, I'm also going to use a visual timetable today to show you and your children and young people what we're going to be doing. And this is helpful to support us to understand what's going to happen, anticipating what will be coming up next, and it also helps children hold their attention and to know what's actually expected of them. Okay, and this is going to be a really simple version, again just using a pen and paper. So let's get started and we'll have a look at what we're going to do today. First of all, we have our top tip. Here we go, top tip. After that, we will be doing our activity together and making our My New School booklet. After that, I'll give a bit of a summary of what we've talked about, and then after that, it'll be time for us to say goodbye. Okay, so first of all, we're going to talk about our tip of the week. And our tip of the week this time is all about planning your journey to your new school before you start on your first day. So it's a really good idea to plan over the course of the summer holidays to give your journey a trial run. Thinking about your route and planning it out all the way from home to the school gates, and timing it as well if you can, using a timer or a stopwatch can be really helpful. Also, it's really helpful to think about whether you're going to be using an Oyster card or another card to pay if you're using public transport. And you can also think about what to do if a problem or concern comes up. So, for example, what would you do if the bus was really full when it arrived? Perhaps you might think about going upstairs to the top deck and having a look to see if there are any seats there, that sort of thing. I have an example here, which is based on using a bus to get to school. And at the top you can see I've put a title, My Journey to School Plan, and I've written out all of the steps that I would need to take on my journey to school. So the first one is that I need to walk to the bus stop, and I've put the road where the bus stop is and the little marker on top of the bus stop that I need to look for. My second step is I'm going to wait for the bus. I've put the number of the bus there and the destination so that I can check that I'm actually on the right bus. Next, I've put that I'm going to pay with my Oyster card and how to do it. So I'm going to put that touch it to the yellow reader. And then the fourth step is that I'm going to stay on for the bus for 4 stops, and I've put the name of the stop where I need to get off as well. And then after that, my fifth step is that when I get off the bus, I need to walk down the road towards the school. And then finally, I've written that I know when I'm at school because I'll be able to see the school gates. This is just an example, of course, and you can add in any information that's relevant for you, adapt it for your journey to school. And hopefully that will be really helpful for your first day when you make that journey for the first time. All right. Next, we are going to do our activity, which is making our new school booklet. Now, if you've got some paper ready and some pens, that's absolutely great. Feel free to make your own booklet along with me. You might like to put this in the form of a booklet as I'm doing today, or perhaps even just having one sheet of paper as a poster and having all of your relevant information on there might work best for you. You can adapt this to work for what you would like to have as part of your new school plan. So our booklet is going to have lots of information about our new school and lots of helpful details. First of all, as you can see, I've just used paper and a pen, and I've put a cover page for my booklet where I've titled it My New School. I've drawn a picture here, or you could use a photo of yourself if you would like, and I've got a space for my name and school, so I'm going to write that on there now. And put my name and school in the spaces. There we are. So that's my cover page. All right. The next thing that I'm going to include in my school booklet is some information about my school uniform. And I've prepared this one a little bit ahead of time just to show you the sort of information that you can add in. I've drawn a picture here just to show the things that I will be wearing when I start going to my new school. So in this case, I put that I'm going to wear a red jumper, a white shirt, a blue tie, and I'm going to wear some black trousers and shoes. So of course, you might like to draw a picture of yourself wearing your school uniform, or even if you have some pictures of the school uniform that you will be wearing, you could print those out, stick them in, if that's easier for you. The next thing that we're going to include in our My New School booklet is about getting to school. So if you've written down your journey plan for your journey to school, you could add that information in here. And the information I've added on here is that I will take the bus, that I need to leave at 8 o'clock. So I put the time that I need to leave to get to school in time. And I put that the bus stops at Turnpike Lane so that I can remember where I need to get off for school. And it can also be really helpful to include a bit more information about what to do if you're late to school. So I'm going to add in here that if I'm late, I can call my mum and ask her to tell the school. And I've also written here, if I need help, I can, again, I'm going to write ask the driver, because I'm going to be getting the bus. So the driver might be a good person to ask if I need to find out any information on my journey. So that is my section on getting to school. Again, you can add in any of that information that's useful for you on the plan that you put together after you've had your trial run for your journey. Okay. The next bit of information I'm going to include in my new school booklet is about start and finish times for school. Okay, so for me, I'm going to put here that school starts at 9 o'clock and school finishes at 3:30. And I've written those details in here now. And you could also have a picture of a clock showing the start and finish times if that's helpful for you. That's my page on starting and finishing times. Okay, now the next part of our new school booklet is all about lunchtime. So this page, I have written, I have school dinner or packed lunch. You can add in your details as is applicable to you. I put that lunch break starts at 12:30, and I put that we eat in the dining hall. Again, details can be adapted as you need to. And you might want to, if you can, find a picture of your school dining room. You can add that in there as well. Or if you prefer, you could just draw a picture. Okay. Now the next page I'm going to add in as part of our school booklet is about teachers and tutors. So at the top here, I've got a space here where I can put which class I'm in. So I'm going to write down I am in green class. Let me see here. I've also got a space where I can write down the name of my form tutor. So I'm going to write the name in there. And I put the name Mrs. Evans for my form tutor. I've also put my English teacher is, and I can put their name after that. So I put my English teacher is Mr. Jones. And you could add lots more detail on this page for the teachers for your different subjects. Okay. And then the next bit of the booklet is all about pictures of my school. So this is where actually it might be really helpful for you to have a look at your school website and see what pictures you can find, and you could add them to this page. You might want to have a picture of the front of the school and what it looks like, or if it's possible to have some pictures, find some pictures of the classrooms in the school, you could also add them in here for yourself as well. Now the final bit, the final page that we're going to add to our My New School booklet is a page on friends we know will be starting at school as well, or perhaps they already started a little while ago, but we know that we will see them there. So it can be a really good idea to also include a page with pictures and names of any friends that you know will be starting in the same school. You could also add in which class they're going to be in so that you know, and perhaps note down when you will be seeing them through the school day, perhaps at break time or lunchtime. Okay. And now on to some extra tips as well for things that you can include as part of your My New School booklet. You might want to include a map of the school building so that you can see where all of the different parts are, and link that to where you need to be during the school day. Additionally, if you can have a copy of the timetable for your new school, that's also really helpful. And that might be a weekly timetable that tells you for each day of the week what you'll be doing in the morning and the afternoon. And it's really good to include that as part of your booklet, and also have a practice at reading it before you start at your new school as well. You might also want to note down about how you're going to record what homework you have and when you need to give that homework in. So having a little homework diary, it might also be a really helpful idea starting at secondary school. And you might also like to think about how you're going to share information with school about what you like and dislike, your communication strengths and needs, and what helps you to communicate. So are there visual strategies that help you to remember new words, things like using symbols or pictures, or perhaps you use Makaton signs. We really recommend that you have a chat with your special educational needs coordinator at the school, and you can include your relevant information in your book as well. Okay. Also like to say that if your child is starting in reception in September, keep an eye out on our Facebook page as well for our School Starters Transition Week, which will be happening in August. We'll be posting more information about that closer to the time, but it will be a whole week of videos and activities to support with that transition to school. And there's also a video pinned at the very top of our Facebook page about starting school as well, which you might want to have a look at. So do stay tuned for those things. Okay, so we've talked about all about my new school booklet and completed our activity. And now I'm going to give a little bit of a summary before we wrap up. So I really hope that you enjoyed our session today and that you try making an all about my new school booklet for yourself. We recommend that you do have a go as well with trying a visual timetable to show your child or young person roughly what you'll be doing over the course of the day. This isn't something that needs to be overly specific or based on times, but that can help just to show the sequence of a routine and what to anticipate. If you do have any questions or queries, please have a look at the information on our website, as you might find that your question is answered there, especially in the advice and support section. And our website address is www.evelina.nhs.uk/speech, community speech and language, and that can also be found on this Facebook page as well. And if you can't find an answer to your question, you can email us, please do, and somebody will come back to you as soon as possible. So the email address is gst-tr.contact@nhs.net. Okay. Additionally, if your child attends a school in Lambeth or Southwark, you could attend one of our virtual school drop-ins. They take place on the first Wednesday of each month, and that's where you can speak directly with a speech and language therapist. You can also ask your school's SENCO for more information if you'd like to know a bit more about that. So that is our summary. Now it's time for us to say goodbye. I'd like to say thank you so much for joining us for the session today. We will be posting another video on Wednesday of next week, and of course you can rewatch this video at any time. Take care, bye for now.